And thank you to all our elected officials who sacrifice their time and energy to make our state a better place and continuously partner with us on so many levels at our academic and health institutions. I believe with us today we have Senator Sarah Eckhart and Representative Ann Johnson. Let's give them a round of applause for being here and for thanking them. Thank you to Mayor Kirk Watson, who I had the pleasure of serving with in the legislature, and proud to call him my friend. I've briefed him on what's going to take place here today. He's very excited about it, and we're excited to partner with the City of Austin on this project. We are most honored to have our great governor with us today, who you will hear from shortly. And quite frankly, we're here today because of the leadership and vision Governor Abbott is providing for our state. Thank you, Governor Abbott. But more importantly, we have our incredible First Lady, Cecilia Abbott, with us today, and we want to thank her for being here. So let's give her a round of applause. When Governor Abbott appointed me and all of my fellow regents to the board, I recall vividly that he charged us to be bold, to think big, to be strategic and creative, and marshal the human and financial resources of our state's largest university system to make the biggest impact we could on those we serve, that being our students, patients, and our fellow Texans. That charge is both an honor and a responsibility that drives the decisions the Regents make every day to support everyone who counts on UT institutions to educate, to discover, and cure. Just a few of the bold initiatives that this board has taken recently. Our board has made a $500 million commitment to our Promise Plus program, a program that significantly enhances financial aid, building on existing programs for all our academic institutions. The results have been incredible, with some UT institutions able to cover tuition at no or little cost to 90% of their students. 2 weeks from today, Stephen F. Austin State University will launch its fall semester as a new UT institution, beginning its second century of service to East Texas, powered by the UT system. We are honored that SFA chose us, and we have already begun to allocate new resources to its students and faculty. Just last month, the inaugural class of UT Tyler's new School of Medicine began courses. The Board of Regents, with Governor Abbott's support, along with the legislature and philanthropists, partnered together to create this school and its facilities to educate new physicians and healthcare professionals to meet the healthcare needs of all of Northeast Texas. These are just a few of the examples of how the Regents, working with the system and university presidents, are strategically and creatively allocating resources to be bold, to address opportunities that make Texas as vital and competitive as possible. We are here today to announce another bold initiative for the people of Texas, one that I believe will be one of the most transformative projects we have ever undertaken, not only for our state, but also for our nation. Over the past 20 years, people have moved to Texas in droves. We're now one of just 2 states in the nation with more than 30 million residents. We are also the only state with the nation's consistently #1 ranked cancer center, UTMD Anderson. Austin and Central Texas. Austin and Central Texas have led the nation in growth, and Austin is now the 10th largest city in America. Some of America's largest employers have moved their headquarters or their operations here, bringing with them families and high-quality jobs. There is no question that those companies came here in large part for physical proximity to UT Austin and access to its scholars, researchers, and inventors. UT Austin is not only our state's flagship university, it's one of the best research universities in the country. The UT system is the only public university system in the nation that hosts both the nation's and arguably the world's top cancer hospital and one of the nation's top and global top 40 research universities. And thankfully, we have the leadership and wisdom of 2 exceptional presidents, Jay Hartzell of Austin and Peter Pisters of UTMD Anderson. And we have a board of regents that sees the value in these two institutions coming together here in Austin to benefit students and patients for generations to come. We are here to announce the launch of the University of Texas at Austin Medical Center, the future of world-class healthcare in the heart of Texas, which will be located on the current Irwin Center site. This partnership will include the construction of a new MD Anderson hospital, administered and operated by MD Anderson, with MD Anderson physicians treating MD Anderson patients. And as part of the new Austin Medical Center, there will be a second hospital tower, and it will hold the new UT Austin Specialty University Hospital. We will bring the world's #1 cancer hospital to Central Texas and build on UT Austin's reputation for excellence and the success of the Dell Medical School and UT Health Austin. We will invest approximately $2.5 billion in the construction of the new medical center. You will hear more from President Pisters and President Hartzell shortly. I know with certainty that not all of us gathered here today will have the same titles, positions, or for that matter, may not even still be on this earth when these facilities teach the first student or treat the first patient. But that is the beauty of this. We are here for future generations. We stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before us, and we are charged to do as much for future generations as they have done for us. My hope and my prayer for what we are starting here today is that it will undoubtedly change the world for many generations to come. It is now my honor to introduce our great governor, who's been a champion not only of the University of Texas system, but all of higher education in all corners of this state. Please welcome Governor Greg Abbott.
Well, thank you to Kevin Eltife, who did an excellent job of eloquently explaining what this achieves here today. What I want to do is to take what Kevin Eltife articulated and put it in the context of what we are trying to achieve in the state of Texas. So this is part of the larger goal that we're seeking to achieve in higher education in our state. The state of Texas is on a mission to elevate higher education in our state, and also to use higher education as a way to expand access to health care. Today marks a giant step toward achieving both of those goals. One of the goals that we set 8 years ago was for Texas to be ranked #1 in the United States for the number of Tier 1 research universities. Now, that is a standard that University of Texas at Austin set many years ago. But since that day that we set that goal, with the hard work by the Texas legislature as well as our universities across the state, Texas now has more Tier 1 research universities than any state in the United States of America. What today's announcement does is to further catapult the University of Texas at Austin even higher in those rankings. But again, the context, more broadly. This past session, the legislature dedicated and I signed a budget that includes billions of dollars that elevates the University of Houston, Texas Tech, Texas State, and University of North Texas systems higher in national rankings. Today also expands our mission to make healthcare more accessible. One of the best ways we can go about doing that is through our universities and university-based healthcare facilities. As Kevin pointed out, the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center ranks as the #1 cancer center in the United States of America. People across the entire globe go to MD Anderson Houston for the best cancer care in the world. Similarly, people across Texas travel to Houston to access the best cancer care in our state and country. But rather than having Texans travel to Houston, we will now be bringing the world's best cancer care to them right here in Central Texas. Families across Central Texas are affected by cancer every single year. Rather than them having to go to Houston for the best care, they can now stay close to home for that care. What this does in the broader context, it adds to our efforts to advance healthcare in Texas. Texas, as a state, already ranks #1 in the country for investing in cancer research. We are in the middle of a $300 million a year allocation to cancer research here in the state of Texas for a total of 20 years, for a total of $6 billion. No state, and I think not even the United States of America, can match the investment that Texas is making in the research of cancer. And as Kevin pointed out, listen, we got a lot of people moving here, a lot of businesses growing here. The fact of the matter is, we need to educate more physicians to be able to treat all the people who call Texas home. To help do that, we have not only announcements like what we are sharing today, but also recently we announced 2 new medical schools, one at the University of Houston, another at Sam Houston State University. And as anybody in healthcare knows, one of the areas in which we are most in need is more nurses. We have a big time shortage in nurses. As a result, there have been big time commitments and announcements in just the past few months about new programs created for nursing and educating nurses here in Texas, including University of Texas Tyler, University of Texas Arlington, UNT Health Science Center, Texas School of Health Sciences Weslaco, Texas A&M Texarkana, Texas Tech University Health Science Center Amarillo, and Lamar Institute of Technology. We will be training and graduating the nurses that are needed immediately and have them go to work caring for our fellow Texans. At the same time, we have made a multi-billion-dollar investment over the past few sessions in addressing one of our biggest challenges that we face in this state, and that is addressing mental health care. And we're using those multi-billion-dollar programs to add new mental health care facilities all across the state. It's needed because of what Kevin talked about the dynamics that are happening in Texas. Businesses and people are flocking to Texas in record numbers. Texas ranks #1 in the United States for economic development. #1 as home to more Fortune 500 company headquarters than any other state in the country. #1 for the most new jobs created. When you consider all of that, a key to building sustainable communities is a quality healthcare infrastructure that can meet the needs of our booming population. The University of Texas and MD Anderson help us meet those needs. And to be clear, this day would not be possible without the steadfast leadership of a lot of quality people, including Chairman Kevin Eltife and the UT Board of Regents. Including Chancellor Milliken, University of Texas Austin President Jay Hartzell, University of Texas MD Anderson President Pisters, and Dean of the Dell Medical School, Claudia Lucinetti. There are some students who are starting college for the very first time this month. Some of those students will end up training at this location that's being announced today, training to be the next generation of doctors, nurses, and medical researchers who will save countless lives. The Texas of tomorrow is going to be shaped by what the University of Texas and MD Anderson are building right here this day. Congratulations. Thank you for what you're doing for our great state.
Thank you, Governor. It's now my pleasure to introduce our great Chancellor, J.B. Milliken. We've spent countless hours together to get to this point, and we appreciate all your work on this, J.B. J.B.
Thank you, Chairman Eltife. I want to add my gratitude to Governor Abbott and the members of the Board of Regents that you have appointed, every one of them. The members gathered here today and the members of the board who could not be with us. I have never worked with a board that has been as supportive and encouraging of big ideas to elevate a university system in its essential mission, provide the education, the research, the service, and the patient care that will serve the state. The state of Texas and all of us benefit tremendously from this. My colleagues and I, yes, Presidents Pisters and Hartzell, but also the other presidents at the UT system have learned this well. Be ambitious, be creative, be bold, and if you can make the case, the UT system regents will be enthusiastic partners and leaders. And importantly, be collaborative. There are synergies available in a great university system that exists nowhere else. As Governor Abbott and Chairman Eltife so eloquently said, we are in a position today to announce one of the greatest examples and benefits of this collaboration and synergy. I want to add my thanks to the many supporters of the UT system and our institutions who are gathered here today and throughout the state for helping make possible what is being done for the good of Texas. There's a palpable feeling today among all participants that we are fortunate to be a part of a great history. I'm convinced the collaboration between UT MD Anderson and UT Austin will fundamentally transform and improve health care ultimately for millions of people, saving lives and setting an example for the world. We're truly fortunate to have two outstanding presidents working together to accomplish this great goal. First, President Jay Hartzell. Jay Hartzell knows how to build and promote the value of public university of the first class to ensure that value is translated to the communities it serves. The strategic plan he led calls for UT Austin to be the most impactful university, and we're seeing bold steps in that direction. He assumed his first role as interim president in 2020 during one of the most challenging times in our nation's history. He stepped up and skillfully led the campus through that period, increasing programs in enrollment, building research, and taking philanthropy to new heights. He has worked tirelessly to help make UT Austin a university of the greatest impact, and few things shine brighter in that regard than today's announcement. Please join me in welcoming UT President Jay Hartzell.
Thank you, Chancellor Milliken, for the kind words and for your leadership of our system and your commitment to the flagship and what it represents to our state. As Chairman Eltife mentioned, when he became chairman, the governor charged him with taking bold steps to improve the lives of Texas students, patients, and our fellow citizens. You can't make bold moves without leadership and alignment at all levels, and that starts at the top. Governor Abbott, your unwavering support of our great university and your alma mater is paramount to our ongoing efforts to change the world, and your presence at today's event is evidence of that. One of the most critical things that the governor does for us is appoint our Board of Regents, and we're blessed with a fantastic board. In particular, we would not be standing here today if not for Chairman Eltife and his role as a champion for our bold vision and for the University of Texas at Austin Medical Center. I can still hear his words ringing in my ears that he would help us find a way to get this done, and here we are. Mr. Chairman, you have my deepest gratitude for how you've guided and shaped many important university initiatives, and for the countless ways you supported our ambitious journey to become the world's highest impact public research university. Thank you. Today's announcement marks a significant milestone on that journey. We have had a lot of great days and a lot of important days in the 140-year history of the University of Texas, but few will top today on either dimension. What starts here changes the world, and it's worth using that lens to help convey why this investment is so important. Helping society lead happy and productive lives is perhaps the most important way that we can change the world. We have a strong track record of impacting healthcare through our research and through our teaching. We're a magnet for talent, and we bring brilliant people together to work on hard problems. Our ability to impact healthcare took a huge leap forward about 10 years ago when Dell Medical School was created. Many of our friends and alumni, many here in this room, played key parts in that investment, but none played a bigger role than one of our best known and highest impact alums, Michael Dell. Michael and Susan Dell have led a charge to transform lives through better health, spanning Dell Children's Medical Center, Dell Seton Medical Center, and Dell Medical School. Because of their commitment, we begin this journey to build the UT Austin Medical Center from a position of strength and with considerable assets. Michael, your longstanding support of UT Austin and our community have led to incredible impact on the lives of so many families in Central Texas, and for that we're eternally grateful. Our faculty, staff, students, and graduates are changing health for the better, not just at Dell Med or the College of Pharmacy or the School of Nursing, but across our entire campus, from the LBJ School of Public Affairs to the Moody College of Communication to the Steve Hicks School of Social Work. We're proud of all this, but to borrow a slogan from our football team, this is an all-gas, no-brakes moment for the university's drive to have even greater impact. UT Austin Medical Center will enable us to bring the full strength and might of a world-class research university to bear on healthcare and life sciences. The combination of 2 new hospitals at the medical center, a state-of-the-art UT Specialty Hospital, and one powered by the leading cancer center in the entire nation, along with the existing incredible strengths of the university, will attract even more talent to Texas and to the 40 acres. When those world-class researchers, clinicians, and students put their talents to work, we will see discovery and innovation. We will see more care provided with excellence, holistically and efficiently, and we'll see lives change for the better, including those with limited resources but great needs. Why are we so optimistic about the future we can help shape? Because the strengths of our university line up incredibly well with where the healthcare industry is going. We won't be simply building a traditional academic medical center or one that exists on an island. We have an opportunity that is unique in Texas and only possible at a few places in the world to build an academic medical center that is linked to a top research university and driven by innovations in technology, digital health, data science, artificial intelligence, robotics, material science, and more. This is possible because we're part of a university with nearly 40 top 10 colleges, programs, and specialties, including one of the best and biggest schools of engineering in the country, the Cockrell School, a top computer science department, the Odin Institute for Computational Engineering and Science, the fastest supercomputer on an academic campus, powered by Dell, and so much more. Part of what makes our university special and what will increase the reach and impact of the University of Texas at Austin Medical Center is our location in Austin, Texas, one of America's most vibrant, future-focused, and fastest-growing cities. There is both need and opportunity here. We are in the largest city in the country without an academic medical center, but also a place where inventors, investors, creators, and innovators come together to get things done and make things happen. We envision a world where Central Texans can have all their healthcare needs met right here in Austin. We also envision a world where Austin and Texas become the next great hub of life, science, and health innovation, extending our entrepreneurial, venture capital, and startup scene to this huge and important part of our economy. We have had early wins along these lines, including our university's investments in Girardi Thin Film and ClearCam Inc., two companies started by our faculty, and our first two equity investments in a fund that Chairman Eltife and our board and alumni helped us create. You'll get to hear from President Pisters in a bit, but I expect those opportunities are part of what attracted the #1 cancer center in the nation, MD Anderson, to expand to Austin and join our medical center. Thank you, Dr. Pisters. We're thrilled to be your partner. We're proud that while MD Anderson has developed partnerships with medical centers around the country, building its own dedicated cancer center at a top-tier leading research university is a first. Our research teams have been collaborating, and they've done so for a while now, and we've already seen great signs of what is possible when our respective scientists and clinicians work together. Before I pass the podium on to Dr. Claudia Lucanetti, I'd like to personally and publicly thank her for joining our team at UT Austin as Dean of Dell Medical School and Senior Vice President of Medical Affairs. When Provost Sharon Wood and I were recruiting her, we sold her on the idea that this sort of bold investment could happen. I'm both grateful and admittedly relieved that was true. We were lucky and thrilled to recruit Dr. Lucanetti to UT from the Mayo Clinic, where she most recently served as Dean of Clinical and Translational Science, Chair of the Department of Neurology, and a member of the Board of Trustees. A world-renowned clinician and researcher, she's contributed novel insights underlying the mechanisms of tissue injury in patients with early stages of MS and other central nervous system disorders. She's an incredibly accomplished researcher, teacher, and leader. Dr. Lucanetti, in the short time since your arrival in December, you've had a tremendous impact on the vision and strategy of our healthcare enterprise. In addition to all the reasons I've given why today is a good day, and why this academic medical center will be unique and successful, there's your considerable talent, experience, and leadership. Please welcome Dr. Lucanetti.
Thank you, President Hartzell, for your very kind introduction and for your confidence in me. I also want to thank you for your leadership and acknowledge the strength and clarity of your strategic vision for the university, which recognizes the critical role that health plays in all of our lives. This is an incredible university. It is such an honor to be standing here with you all today and to be part of advancing these ambitious goals in collaboration with you, my fellow UT deans, and other UT and Dell Medical School leaders. I echo you in offering thanks to all of our partners, supporters, advocates, and colleagues across the university and the community. Only together will we make real this vision for the highest quality care right here in Austin for patients and their families with the most complex conditions who require cardiac, neurological, and other advanced services. This strategic build includes 2 new hospitals, a UT Hospital and MD Anderson Cancer Center. With it, we are leaning into the future and laying the critical groundwork for health system transformation with world-class integrated, patient-centered care as our North Star. Along the way, our decisions will be made with each patient, each person in mind. Very few things could have compelled me to leave a 30-year career at the Mayo Clinic, where I had the chance to see and be part of greatness. The opportunity we have to build a technology-enabled, cutting-edge medical center aligned with the might of UT in partnership with a powerhouse like MD Anderson, and all in a dynamic city that is one of the nation's top tech and life science hubs. This is truly powerful convergences of excellence. It's why I came here and why so many other Dell Medical School faculty physicians have come here too, from some of the very best health systems in the country. I'm proud to note that all of this is aligned with Dell Medical School's commitment to the community, including people who are part of the safety net population. Building on the foundation laid by dedicated community physicians, we will work alongside our partners to deliver the complex, life-saving care that Central Texans need right here at home. And for those in our community who would otherwise travel to Houston, to Dallas, or elsewhere for the specialized care they need, the UT Austin Medical Center will be here for you and your family. And in an era of astonishing innovation in medicine, together with other UT colleges and schools, we will continue to drive advances, as we've heard, in AI, robotics, novel therapies, computational medicine, et cetera, and so much more. I honestly couldn't be more enthusiastic about the opportunities ahead for our medical school, the university, the people of Austin, the state of Texas, and the country. At the University of Texas, when we say what starts here changes the world, it's more than a slogan, it's a reality. Thank you, and at this time, I'll turn the podium back to Chairman Eltife.
Have I been promoted or demoted? I'm not sure which. Thank you, President Hartzell and Dean Lucanetti. Leading the #1 cancer center in the country, I dare say the world, requires vision, creativity, discipline, respect of your peers, optimism, and the knowledge and experience to be able to attract the greatest talent and continually move the needle on research and treatment. People all over the world expect and depend on MD Anderson for the leadership that will save lives. Dr. Peter Pisters possesses the required skills and more. We are fortunate indeed that Peter returned to UT MD Anderson following other successful leadership. He has driven research and innovation in cancer prevention and care, and we're especially grateful for his passion to expand MD Anderson's central promise and work to Austin. Please join me in welcoming the president of UT MD Anderson Cancer Center, Dr. Peter Pisters.
Good afternoon. Chairman Eltife, it's an honor to join you here today. Thank you for your leadership that has brought this project to life and brought all of us to this momentous announcement. Governor Abbott, thank you for your longstanding support of our mission to end cancer, and we look forward to our future here in Austin. Chancellor Milliken, thank you for your guidance and leadership as we aim to serve Texans and to create exceptional synergies through our system institutions. President Hartzell, together we have already fostered meaningful collaborations between our institutions. Now those opportunities will flourish. We thank you for your warm welcome to the Austin community. Dean Lucanetti, we look forward to creating significant opportunities for your students and ours as we advance our missions together in this new medical center. Today, we announce with excitement that the University of Texas MD Anderson's world-class comprehensive cancer care is coming to Austin. We are bringing our research-driven patient care, our compassion and empathy, our nation-leading patient experience, and the largest cancer clinical trials program in the world to Austin, Texas. This will be a cancer center that will provide hope and cures to Central Texas and beyond. For 80 years, MD Anderson has been known as a Houston institution founded on the visionary philanthropy of the MD Anderson Foundation and the wisdom of the Texas State Legislature to create what would become the world's #1 cancer center. As of today, and forever into the future, MD Anderson will be a Texas-based institution. One institution, and now 2 cities. This Austin MD Anderson campus will be our faculty, our nurses, our pathology, our imaging, our specialty clinics, our operating rooms, our inpatient beds, and will generate the patient experience and life-changing outcomes that MD Anderson is known for. As defined by our strategic plan, we're committed to increasing our impact on the lives of Texans by extending our reach with MD Anderson in Austin, making it easier for patients in Central Texas to access our world-class, multidisciplinary, subspecialty-focused clinics closer to home. We are gearing up to bring our renowned clinical trials program to Austin. MD Anderson has the world's largest cancer clinical trials program with more than 10,000 patients participating in over 1,700 clinical trials. Over the last 2 years, more than 51 FDA oncology drug approvals came through MD Anderson in one way, shape, or form. Today in Houston, patients are receiving treatments that will be approved by the FDA in the months and years ahead. We will bring the same practice-changing, paradigm-shifting treatments to our Austin Cancer Center, making more treatments of tomorrow available to patients today. MD Anderson will bring our talented clinicians and scientists to Austin to support an iconic facility planned to have more than 150 inpatient beds for treatments including multi-team surgery, bone marrow transplantation, and CAR-T and natural killer cell treatments. Our cancer center will include more than 230 outpatient exam rooms designed in subspecialty clinics, just like we have in Houston, along with procedure rooms, diagnostic imaging, linear accelerators for radiation treatment, and a state-of-the-art pharmacy and chemotherapy infusion unit. This full spectrum of cancer services will bring MD Anderson's world-class cancer care and cancer prevention services to the citizens of Central Texas. Indeed, MD Anderson already serves many patients from Central Texas. In 2022, more than 5,000 Austin residents traveled to MD Anderson in Houston to seek cancer screening, treatment, and prevention services. Of the estimated 11,000 newly diagnosed cancer patients in the Austin area for 2022, MD Anderson in Houston saw approximately 10% of those patients in a metro area that's hours away from Austin. When we're right here in Austin, those 5,000 patients won't need to travel to Houston, and thousands more will have access to world-class care closer to home. The economic impact of MD Anderson in Austin will be significant, with thousands of jobs created and patients and loved ones visiting the Austin area. With the booming economy and many companies already moving to Austin, the availability of MD Anderson's top-ranked, high-quality cancer care will be important for Austin's established employers like Dell Technologies and new employers entering our community like Tesla, Apple, and Amazon. Austin will be known around the world for destination-based cancer care, bringing patients and families to Austin for cancer care, much like what happens now at MD Anderson in Houston. Our expansion will allow MD Anderson to create even greater transformational synergies through game-changing research collaborations with UT Austin and with the tech sector here in Austin. Indeed, the partnership between MD Anderson's Institute for Data Science in Oncology and UT Austin's Odin Institute and our joint research efforts in early onset colorectal cancer, neuroscience, obesity, and population health are excellent examples of the work that Jay and I have fostered together. Our state capital is attracting businesses and new residents from around the world at an unprecedented scale and pace. Austin deserves a first-class medical center to serve the people and businesses in this community. MD Anderson is coming to Austin, and in collaboration with our colleagues at UT System and at UT Austin, we are prepared to realize this compelling vision brought together by the UT System Board of Regents and under Chairman Eltife's leadership. 2 cities, 1 mission. We look forward to making cancer history in Austin.
First of all, we want to thank all of our guests for being here today, which, like we've been said over and over, we believe this is a transformative announcement for the state and our nation and our incredible flagship University of Texas at Austin and MD Anderson. We want to specifically thank Governor and Mrs. Abbott for being here. We're honored to have you with us on this important day. And to Michael and Susan Dell, who have for decades strategically invested in the health and well-being of all of our citizens, we can never say thank you enough for all you do for us. We appreciate you being here. May God bless all of us gathered here today, and may God bestow a special blessing on all of those who will design, construct, and enter these new facilities. Thank you for being here.